this is how I do my salad mix. I take my favorite varieties of lettuce and blend them together by the teaspoon. I have a recipe, 1 teaspoon of this and 1 teaspoon of that. And that's how I plant it, and I love it this way. I try to choose varieties that grow at the same rate. Some varieties grow slow, like Lola Rosa. There's a kind that's very slow, and it doesn't keep up with the other varieties, even though it's really pretty. And then over here, we have lots of different kinds of greens, and some stuff that's volunteering from last year. You can show that bed too. Some of this doesn't look so good. We haven't weeded these beds yet. But I love lots of different kinds of salad greens. It makes for a very fun salad. Over here, you look in here, this is golden orac. You spell it O-R-A-C-H. And this is red orac. And they taste like mild, sweet spinach. They are delicious. Okay. Right down here I've got some radicchio plants, and they are so fun to grow. You start them around the 1st of, I can't remember when I started them, either the 1st of June or the 1st of July. No, it was the 1st of June. Now these are going to form a red head in the center, but they're very slow growing. But oh, they're a delicious addition to salads. And when you've probably bought salad mix with these dark red leaves with white veins. They're beautiful. Okay, right here, I have a problem in my garden with quail. Now, to me, quail are a great asset because I'm sure they eat a ton of bugs and snails and slugs and whatever they can find. But they also like to eat my little tiny sprouts of any kind, lettuce, all the Asian greens. They come through and they eat off every sprout. So I have to put this little section of bird netting. And I can see my pak choi. I planted some pak choi in here. And it's coming up, and I'm thinking, yes, I don't have to be mad at the quail. This time of year, their babies have hatched out, and they're running all over this garden in herds. It's just fun to see them, and this way I don't have to worry. I can still be happy to have quail in my garden. The place where we had a little section of net to keep my quail from eating my little tiny plants. I just direct seeded some pak choi here, and when we get it weeded, it's going to look really nice. And this is an example of where I covered the bed because I did not want the quail to eat off all my little lettuce sprouts. So it's another bed of lettuce and special greens like arugula and tatsoi and mizuna. There's lots of stuff planted in this row. And that will provide us with our fall salads. I planted this around the 7th of August, which is for our growing season. That's a good time to plant salad greens for fall. We had a few days of cool weather, cool rainy weather, and it was just perfect. When you plant lettuce and salad greens like this, they come up quickly, but you've got to keep the bed wet, especially because there's so much hot summer sun shining. I'd water it every morning for 3 or 4 days. And then once it's up, like it is now, I can back off on the watering. Next to this bed, we have Bright Lights chard. Oh, I love that stuff. It is the prettiest stuff. And next to that is a row of lacinato kale, or dinosaur kale, or Tuscan black. They're all kind of the same thing. It's an Italian kale, and it is delicious. But the skin looks like dinosaurs. I mean, the leaves look like dinosaur skin. Like anybody's ever seen dinosaur skin? We'd have to say it looks like we imagined dinosaur skin to look like. And the neat thing about these 2 rows is that nothing will ever go to seed in these 2 rows because they're biennials. Chard and kale are biennials. I can whack leaves off, and I do it week after week after week all summer, and they just keep growing more. They will not go to seed until next year, and that's the beauty of biennials. I think biennials are some of my favorite plants. We have onions and carrots and what else? Cabbage, kale, chard. Those are very useful plants for mankind. Okay, here is my salad mix bed that I had the net over. Oh, it's growing very well, and it'll look a lot better when we get it weeded. We're going to weed it early next week, and then we can start harvesting this. I've got 2 rows of lettuce, and I've got red mustard there, and this is some kind of tatsoi, or Yucchina Savoy, tatsoi, something or other. Lots of different mustards and beautiful different things to put in the salad mix.